Let's learn about the checked pseudo-class today. Here we have 3 checkboxes. The HTML code looks like this. The orange outline defined in the checked pseudo-class. Since checkbox B is checked, the orange outline will be applied to checkbox B now. If we want to select the label of the checkbox, so in this case checkbox B, and apply the orange outline to the label, we can use the adjacent sibling combinator followed by the label. Now, let's take a look at what happens when multiple checkboxes are checked. Now, let's revert the code back so the checkbox itself gets the orange outline. This time, we will also tick the checkbox C. And even if the checked attribute is not added to the HTML code in the checkbox C by default, the state of checkbox C is now on. So the orange outline specified in the checked pseudo-class will be applied to checkbox C as well. Now, let's untick checkbox B. Even though checkbox B was initially checked by default and the checked attribute still remains in the DOM, the actual current state of the checkbox B is off now. Therefore, the styles defined in the checked pseudo-class won't apply to checkbox B anymore. Alright, now let's move on to the radio button. Let's make the radio button B checked. Radio button B will receive the orange outline because it has now the checked attribute by default in the HTML code. This time, let's also make the radio button A checked. Unlike the default pseudo-class, which applies the orange outline to both radio button A and B, the checked pseudo-class will only apply the styles to the radio button that is in the on state. Since only one radio button can be on within the same radio button group, so in this case, only radio button B will receive the orange outline because if there are multiple radio buttons are checked by default, so we have checked on A and B, the later radio button will receive the on state in the HTML. Having multiple radio buttons with a checked attribute is not invalid in HTML. I hope you enjoyed this video. To learn more, check out our course. Happy coding!